You can slowly come out from your meditation. Namaste, everybody. Welcome to Beam Meditations and session today on Tuesday evening. Today's topic is about witnessing as usual. There is a different angle of thinking about why we are all here just to witness and nothing else. Sometimes we think that we control the things, we control the situation, we control the happenings. And because of that thinking, we always think that everything or most of the things in our life are in our hands. But are they really in our hands? Because when we actually listen to the discourses of those people who are realized, or when we read from the scriptures spoken or written by those sages, those people who actually realize the reality, like Bhagwan Shri Krishna or sage Ashtavakra or sage Yagyavalkya or Gargi, and also the modern times people like Krishnamurti or Raman Maharshi. There are many which you don't actually know about. All they say is just to witness the life, to experience the life in simple words, flow with the flux. Now, if we actually think it from the different perspective, different angle, like how much do we control or how much can we control in our life? And because we all have this living body, let us start from our own body. And how much control do we have on our own body? We will not talk about atoms or molecules. Let us start with cells. And as science says that there are billions of cells or trillions of cells even, and it is only a guesstimate. They cannot count every individual cell, but they say it's about 50 trillion cells in our body. And there are 86 neurons, 86 billion neurons in our brain. And they don't talk about the connections at all. There are hundreds of hormones they talk about, the scientists talk about. Now, do we have control over even on a single cell? Because we know that The cell is made of about 7 different kind of elements. And cell decides what mineral or what anything can go into the cell and what can come out of the cell. If cell does not require cholesterol, that it can then stop the entry of cholesterol into cell. Or if a cell requires some kind of minerals like sodium or magnesium into the cell, then it allows that particular mineral into the cells and nothing else. Now, do we or can we control the entry or exit of the cell membrane? People say we can control everything. The entire future is in our hand. And when you actually listen to the motivational speakers, and those speakers can make you believe that even if you are simple, a mouse, but they can make you believe that you are a lion that can achieve anything and everything. But can we control just a single cell in our body? Let alone all the organs like heart and kidneys and lungs and spleen and liver and all other organs. When we eat food, I mean, why we become hungry? Can we become hungry by ourselves? There is a hormone called ghrelin that sends a message to the brain that now we need some kind of nutrition. And then brain would start actually secreting some kind of hormones and we feel that now we are hungry. We cannot make ourselves thirsty as well. It is not in our hand. Can I think that, or am I actually able to manage that? When can I go to sleep? Can I go to sleep on my own with my thought? We cannot even digest our food. There are 3 trillion bacteria in our guts that digest our food. If we have hydrochloric acid in a vessel, and if you put your fingers in that acid, it will burn and maybe absolutely go away. But that acid is in our stomach. And still we are here. Nothing is happening there. No burn. Now can we make that acid ourselves, in our body? We cannot actually wake ourselves by ourselves. And if you look externally, this is the earth, and there on this earth there are so many different creatures, so many trees and food, plants, fruits, which we can eat. If you are vegetarian, then you eat vegetables. If you are non-vegetarian, then also some people will eat meat, fish, etc. And everything is balanced. If we take the vitamin D3 supplement, which is absolutely necessary for our bones and so many other things. But if you just take vitamin D3 supplement, then it depletes because vitamin D3 cannot be absorbed without the help of magnesium. And if you do not take any magnesium supplement as well, then it will deplete the magnesium in your body. And instead of doing some kind of benefit, it will harm, because magnesium is also important. But when you drink milk, Look at the ingredients. In milk, there is vitamin D3 and magnesium as well. So did we create that? Who thought about that? Milk should have vitamin D and also magnesium. So magnesium will help vitamin D to be absorbed in our body. Was it thought by our forefathers or their forefathers or their forefathers or by the cow herself? What about the earth? We can go on and on and on. The earth is exactly placed in a way that, and also on 23-degree axis. So we can have seasons, winter and monsoon and summer. And it should be spinning at the 68,000 miles per hour on its imaginary axis, rotating and also orbiting the sun. Moon is exactly there. In the water, on the earth, have exactly the same minerals which are useful to all living creatures on this earth. And the sunshine. We can go on and on and on from our body to this earth and then solar system and the galaxy and Milky Ways and the entire existence. It is just there. We are not doing anything. We think that if we are living a very healthy life, if we eat particular type of foods, if we exercise, if we do this or that, then we can have a good life, we can have a good body, and we can live longer. But before that, who or what decided that these elements or these minerals will build your muscles or keep our brain healthy so we can think? Now, talking about thinking, do we actually think? We normally say, I just have an idea. So, did you actually think about the idea, or a thought just appears there? We always say, we think. Do we think, or thoughts appear? If you have noticed very subtly, sometimes we will have some kind of very special idea. Say, for example, we are doing a project, and for the particular project, we are brainstorming. We call it brainstorming. So we are brainstorming, and suddenly someone says, okay, I got an idea. So did he or she think about the idea, or that idea appeared in her or his mind or brain? We always say, I thought about that. It is not like I thought about that. Ideas or thoughts always appear there on their own into our brain. We can't even think. We do not have a control on our thoughts that I would like to have this kind of thoughts, or I would not like to have those kind of thoughts. Nobody has control on anything. No matter how intelligent or intellectual we call ourselves, no matter how many motivational speeches we actually listen and try to implement, no one has even an iota of control on our life. That is why it's only way. Why it is like that? That God or the ultimate, or the absolute, which is everywhere. That absolute, appearing in many folds like us, still everything, nothing is in our individual's control. Nothing is in the control of that one particular expressed being, which are us individually. Everything is there. DNA is there. Who designed that? It is there. And we just live our life. And that is the way. Just to live our life. Just to witness this life. What is going on. Everything is there. Already decided. Nothing is in no one's control, whether we like it or not. We don't like it. Because our ego plays part. How can one say that nothing is in your control? Krishna only mentioned that to Arjuna. Just be an instrument. Nimitta matra bhava savyasachi. Just be an instrument. Because we are here to witness. We are here to experience. Not to participate. Not to drive. Not to guide. Just to witness. Because nothing is in our control. And there's the main reason why nothing is in our control, in our hands. Because we are here not to lead, not to drive, not to guide, not to direct, not to participate, but just to witness. Thank you very much. If you could please also share your wisdom on this topic or any other topic. Thank you.
Namaste, Vijayji. It's Indira here.
Namaste, Indiraji. Namaste.
Yeah, very thought-provoking subject. I just feel like sometimes if we are just being here, witnessing what's going on, sometimes do we not feel like helpless? And second thing, if it is, I mean, we in meditation we are like getting the knowledge and understanding that we have to be in a witness mode. But even if we don't do meditation or do meditation, do whatever, like be good or bad, nothing is changing, then the purpose of life, how do we understand the purpose of life?
Right. There is a what is the difference between a madman and a wise man? Or in Hindi, it was said that what is the difference between a paramhans and a pagal? Pagal is one who has lost his mind, who is we can say, a madman. Because both of them are doing the same things. They live their life. Paramahansa, or one who is a realized person, also lives his or her life. And one person who is not realized also lives his or her life. So what is the difference between them? The only difference between them is one knows and one does not know. The person who is realized knows exactly what is going on and how everything is about and what is everything. The person who does not know, who lives a life as well, but he lives ignorantly. So without knowing, he experiences the life and passes his or her life. The one who is realized is experiencing his life and passes his life on this manifestation, but with knowing. This is the only difference. The purpose of life, the purpose of the existence is to realize oneself, that all this is what you are, what I am. We always think in the terms of subjectivity, that who I am. The question should be what I am. When we say who I am, thus we are actually limiting our existence in one particular body. When we say what I am I different? Am I separate from this whole existence? So when you realize and then you live your life, that is our purpose. Both people, ignorant and one who is wise or one who is realized, they are doing same thing. But one does with the knowledge, with the wisdom, and one lives their life without the knowledge, without the wisdom. And this is the difference. Once one knows that all this is me, or I am all this is, then there would be a different kind of ecstasy, different kind of bliss, different kind of joy your manifestation will be experiencing. Otherwise, people normally who are living their lives without any kind of wisdom, any kind of realization, they actually go up and down with emotions because they cannot become a witness. They do not have any idea of witnessing. But when you realize that we are only here to witness, because what is the purpose? Is it that, oh, I have to know God, or I have to go after my death, I will be going to some God's abode, or salvation, or moksha, or liberation? There is no liberation. There is no moksha. There is no need to actually be released from the bondage of Maya, because there is no bondage at all. All this bondage or the Maya, or for example, in the Western religions, they call it the satanic things, they're nothing but the illusion, creation of our mind, creation of the minds of the people who did not know about the realization, who did not know the union, the unity, the oneness. And then they created all the gods and abodes and the idea of emancipation or liberation or moksha and bondage and Maya and Satan, etc. Because what they believed, that their own limited existence in this body is different than this entire existence. So the first thing, because when we meditate, so if we start meditating with some kind of purpose, then we have started with the wrong foot. Somebody went to Raman Maharshi and asked about how do I realize myself? And Raman Maharshi just said, be silent. And when we become silent, silent does not mean that we do not speak. Silence simply means that do not participate. Just observe, just witness. And when we actually witness the things, means we do not participate, then we will not have any biased ideas. We will become absolutely without any kind of philosophy. And in that silence, where there are no thoughts, where there are no clash of egos, in that silence, we realize ourselves that all this is, all these are, whatever is this, is nothing than me. And whatever I am is nothing than all this is. And that is why Upanishad says, you are that. Tattvamasi. Now, that does not mean a particular entity. It simply means everything, the absolute. And absolute is everywhere. Absolute is everywhere. And there is nothing without the absolute. People who realize this, they have put those things in different ways. Those people who are devoted and do not want to actually unite themselves with the ultimate would say there is God, and God is everywhere. God listens everything. Wherever you go, there is God. But still, they were actually separating themselves and the ultimate or the God. But in fact, there is only one. Ekam eva, only one. The one, ekam eva, only one. And the second word is advitiya, without second. There is no second. There are no two. There is only one. And that is the absolute. And that is you. That is every single separate manifestation or expressed entity in the existence. But everything is one. And to realize that, one has to be silent. And to be silent, one would go into meditation. So that is the only purpose, to become silent.
Thank you, Vijayji. And you have really beautifully explained initially when you said the universe is just as it is beautiful and it is set perfectly. And we have no control whatever, even in the cell level, body level, thought level. That's beautifully explained. And only thing we can do is just be in alignment with the universe. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Indiraji. Mridulaji, I think, mentioned that between two thoughts, there is an interval of no thought. That interval is the self, the Atman. It is pure awareness only. That is quoted by quoted in Yog Vasishta Ramayana by Vasishta Rishi, who was the guru of Bhagwan Ram. And that pause, that interval is the pause. When you actually breathe in, you can notice that a breath goes in, it stops there for a micro, very millisecond, and then it returns, comes out. So when the breath goes in and it returns to come out, so when it goes in, it stops there. And then it actually being exhaled. So in that gap, in that interval, it is called the universal pause in Vigyan Bhairav, which is the discourse is given to Bhagavati Parvati by Lord Shiva in Skanda Puran. That interval is called universal pause. And in that pause, Lord Shiva says, you will find, you will realize yourself because he's absolutely silent. It's just the awareness or the pure awareness, which is the silence. Thank you, Mudulaji. Thank you very much, everybody. I think now we shall conclude the session. We will meet tomorrow morning as usual. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Namaste.